Welcome back, Last Quest Barbecue Show. Thanks everybody for subscribing and following me on Insta and TikTok. I happened to come across and run into the great folks, first responders from Mississauga Fire 111, and they were outside raising money with Big Pink Truck for breast cancer. Awesome. These fellas I were talking to, they were great and into barbecue. So I got to thinking about what is something I could do seasonal. I got this great hat. Great hat from them. Fantastic. Support the breast cancer. I'll put some links in the show notes. I got a couple of stickers, importantly. We'll be putting those up. Got a couple of stickers. Anyway, shout out and thanks for everything you do, the first responders. And so, anyway, this episode is dedicated to them. We are making pumpkin spice ribs. I've not done this before, and it is the season for pumpkin spice, so I thought I'd give it a go. So, without further ado, let's get going. Not a lot of complication here, so a bunch of spices. Of course, it all starts with some great products, so some Dubreton rustic ribs, best care, humane care for our animals. Let's open these up. And as is typical, not much to do. Trimming wise, it's not Smoke a Joe did a big episode on not cutting or trimming ribs. And there's not much to do on these, that's for sure. Let's take a quick look. And he was saying that when he's running his food truck, he does not take the back off anymore. So I like to score it a little bit, because I just like the flavor in there. But, whatever, each to his own. But no need to remove. This is obviously nice, small, compact rack of ribs. How are we doing here? It's a little mangy here, I think, just for show. What have I got here? I got this little wayward bone here. Maybe like it's thick. Yeah, there we go. Cut that off, just trim that up. This is fine. Bone at the end, that's just gonna cook off. All right, so not much to do with this other than to make the spice. Now I am gonna put a little bit of finishing olive oil on it. Not using the mustard this time. Got this, by the way, my last time in Texas at Whole Foods. It's hard to get up here. So just a little bit of olive oil as binder. I wanna see how this pumpkin spice flavor directly interacts here. And let's mix up our pumpkin spice. A little bit of internet research. It tells me it is a mix of a few spices. It's pretty simple, actually. And the dominant note is cinnamon. So try to get the freshest. If you're not going to grind them, try and make sure you get the freshest spices possible. So we're going to put a tablespoon of cinnamon. And then we're going to put a teaspoon of allspice, a tablespoon of ground ginger. It's a nice ginger, right? Family raised farms. Very good. Good on you there, Whole Foods. All right. Tablespoon of that. And then the rest is going to be ground cloves. Very aromatic, very strong. So you got to be careful with how much ground clove you're putting in. Have I done the nutmeg yet? I don't think I've done the nutmeg yet. All right. Now, what do we got here? Smells good, but I don't think I have enough. So I'm going to put in. We're just going to do the same thing over again. All right, now let's just mix it up. There we go. Pumpkin spice seasoning. Smells like pumpkin spice. All right, let's get going then. Inspiration for this recipe, by the way, also comes from my daughter, Sierra, who just woke up one day and said, hey, what about pumpkin spice? So when I said that I was, after meeting the guys in the fire department, it's true, I was looking for something interesting and fun to do. They were telling me they got a stick burner. So I maybe I'll pop by and we'll do some cooking. Give that a flick. All right, there it is. Looks kind of funny, but let's see how it tastes. More importantly. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna cook these on the Yoder smoker on Pitmaster's Choice Pellets competition blend. I'm gonna cook it with 275 for about 2 hours, I think, and then I'm gonna wrap them, and I'm gonna put some butter on it, and maybe a bit of sweetness, and for another hour and a half or 2 hours. So it's all rack of ribs. All right, it's been a couple of hours. Let's take a look. Oh, it's coming along quite nicely, actually. Let's get this out here a little bit so we can see them. The seasoning is tacked in quite nicely. You got some moisture coming up there. Very good. Next step, I'm gonna wrap it. It's been cooking, like I said, for about a couple hours. at $2.75 on Pitmaster's Choice Pellets. So what I am going to do is, comme ça, actually like this. Now normally I might put some sauce on here, or I've been spritzing, but I really wanted to just experiment and see what that would be like as is. So now I'm gonna just add some butter. Adds a little bit of moisture, and of course the St. Bridget's butter, which is, look at that goldenrod color, right? You don't get that in ordinary butter. Fantastic, organic. So I'm gonna put a few bits of this butter on, and that's it. All right, and then I'll wrap it up, and we'll let it go for another hour and a half or so. I'll put another layer of aluminum foil on, just to be sure, and then flip it over. Comme ça. Wrap it up. All right, and leave that on for another couple hours. All right, it has been almost 4 hours, so without further ado, let's see how our pumpkin spice ribs turned out. They're exciting. They smell pretty amazing. Nice aroma, well cooked. Let's get them out of here. All right, let's cut them open and see what we got. Well, they're perfectly cooked. All right, very nice, very nice. You got a nice smoke ring here and here. Here we go. That's really fun. You can definitely taste the pumpkin spice. It's a really interesting flavor. I mean, it is a bit cinnamon forward. I'm glad I didn't put any more cloves in it. You get a bit of that ginger, but it tastes like pumpkin spice. It's actually really good, and they're cooked perfectly. So, all in for that. That bite, perfectly cooked. All right, now try these at home. Something interesting, a different flavor, something for everybody. I'm gonna try some of mine. Actually, whenever I think of pumpkin spice, I don't know why. I think of Halloween, I think of Matty Matheson, one of his early videos of making donuts. I fell in love with his brand. So I'm gonna try some of his maple molasses with them as well. There we go. Shout out to Matty and all his amazing success, by the way. All right, let's give that a try. Oh, that goes really well. Delicious. Would I want these ribs every day? Probably not. Add something different. Make this recipe. It's really good. See ya. Oh, wait, we got the doggo. Where's the doggo? Ziggy spotting. Sit. Good boy. What do you think, Ziggy? Oops. All right, that's enough for you. Okay, bye-bye.